We can't see your name, Diana, but
We are live.
we are live. I always start my lives like this. I know it might be boring after a while, but still, I'm so excited. I'm live. Okay, welcome, Sarah, and welcome, Diana, tonight for a special session, a hot seat session.
Oh my God.
And Diana apparently is very nervous. So what's a hot seat basically is, well, how did this happen is we were, preparing the next More Ease with Languages and Communication class, and we were like, let's do a Facebook Live. And then Diana said, because she was supposed to translate into German, said, oh, but I don't feel that, well, I can't remember how you said it, but you complained about not being good enough in English and not being so comfortable speaking English in public. And I was like, good, then I can facilitate you during the Facebook Live. He says, oh, but then I can't translate and facilitate at the same time. Oh my God. And she just said, I'm so nervous. Say, wonderful. So what amazing contribution can you be, Diana, tonight with all these things that we've just mentioned? And yeah, what else is possible? So let's have a look at that. What would you like to start with?
So
which part?
Which part? The one I addressed the first was so I'm really comfortable from translating from English into German. So that's I have really ease with. When I'm getting really nervous when someone is asking a question in German and I have to translate it into English. Or I'm very impressed when we have our translator calls, you have the English lessons so-called, and you are speaking so fluently. And myself, sometimes when I'm speaking English, I'm searching for words. I think, oh God, I can express it in German much better than I do it in English. And then I judge myself because I think it's
yeah. So does it, Sarah, tell me, does it sound like she is crappy at speaking English?
No, I mean, she does a lot of jobs for Access Consciousness and translating a lot. I know that. And I never got the energy that she can do it. Like, I never have this. I never think this or...
Okay, so I have a first question for you, Diana. But you know it already. Who does it belong to?
Yes, I'm really aware of much of who does it belong to. I'm really aware of a lot of people who talk to me. How do you do that, and how can you do that? But for me, in my word, translating from English into German, it's so easy. But I'm speaking German when I'm translating, but not when I'm speaking English. You know, that's not easy for me.
So yeah. So first of all, who does this belong to? So how much are you aware of all the people judging themselves regarding that? And you can do it, but they can't from their point of view, which is probably also not true. But that's what they're thinking, and you perceive that. And then I realize sometimes when I want to speak English, in some circumstances, it's like I can't speak anymore, and I'm like, what's going on? And it's not mine. It's just not mine. So what are we buying into? So that's the first question to ask. Who does it belong to? And if it feels slightly lighter, even, it's not yours, and you return it to sender. But in this case, Diana, when I ask you this question, you said, I know it's not mine, but have you asked the question?
Not really.
Okay, so I'm asking again, who does it belong to? Do you want it to be yours so that you have a problem with that?
Oh God, that's Yes.
Oh, am I cutting off or is it Diana?
No,
It's probably me. Is it me cutting off?
No.
We are fine. Okay.
So,
wow.
Do you want it to be yours so that you can have a problem with that?
Oh, that's. Yep.
That's light?
That's really light.
Okay. So everything that is destroyed and created all.
Got really hot now.
Right, I'm going to put a book all nine. Shorts, boys, and beyonds. Do you want to be normal?
Mm.
I will say no, but I want to fit in this school reality, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It can't be easy, right?
No. And would you be too different? Would you be too amazing, too powerful and wonderful if you could speak any language with ease?
Yes, absolutely.
Everything that brings up, destroy the crate, please. And I see someone is there with us now. Hello, someone. Right, I'm going to put all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds.
So yes.
So we are yeah. Go on.
So to be too different, because I was really bad in English in school. You know, I failed in school in the so-called German Abitur. You know, I don't know it's in English, and to acknowledge now that I speak English, even if I was bad in school, to acknowledge the difference I am. Oh my God.
So also, how much are you still using school and what happened in the past as a reference to what you are capable of now?
Yes.
Wow.
Well,
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, everything that is destroyed or created all. Right, wrong, good, bad, fuck all, nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. Wow. And for those people who are maybe watching this and have never heard of access consciousness and how it works, it's the idea of we ask a question to have the energies that are sticking you to emerge, and then we ask to destroy and then create that, and then we use the clearing statement to dissipate it. And so the energy can flow again, and we can choose with more ease to be or do something different. So yeah, that was a little, because there might be people on this page who don't know it yet.
I had this like past experience as I started to speak English, and I went to America for an au pair job. And I was in America and I really didn't speak English at all at that time. It's like, I think 15 years ago. So I went to America and like at that time, I really couldn't speak no words, like nothing. And then they would start to talk to me and I would cry. I would start to cry. And I was there 4 weeks after I could speak. So I didn't buy a limitation because I had to. Like I had no chance. Like when we have no chance and you have to do what helps you to
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
So how much are you placing yourself in such situation to make yourself become good at something?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. So see how brilliant we are? I know I'm doing that a lot. I say, okay,
wow.
I want to change that. So what do I have to create to, compel me to do this? Because, I know I wouldn't let myself be in a country where I don't understand the language and remain in that state. I know I wouldn't.
Wow,
but
yeah.
if I stay where I am, maybe I will never learn that language because there is no compulsion, to be operational and communicate with people, etc., etc. So how many times any one of you who are watching could use that and you have avoided it? And how much have you done that and judged it and retreated when you could have actually seen and acknowledged you created that situation and you could use it to your advantage?
Wow. And the funny thing is, I went home after a while because it was so hard for me to understand, and it was actually super uncomfort. And after this time, I went home and started to have a life with my ex-husband, and he was half American.
Yes. And I was reading Karine's comment. She just got the email announcing tonight's Facebook Live, and thank you, Karine, for being there too. Yeah, so where else can we go with you, Diana, with your issues, so-called issues before tonight?
I have a question just right now in my head. When maybe you have an idea or a tool you can give me when I am translating and I'm looking for words and getting nervous, just like an exam. Oh God, I have to say something and I don't know what to say. Maybe you can, is there something to have more ease with?
So about the nervousness and the so-called fear that you haven't mentioned?
Not to know the right words, the right vocabulary.
Oh, not to know the right words. So have you heard of this little thing called doubt?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. So I'm not going to go into the details of what distractor implants are and doubt, etc., but recognize that doubt is always a lie because you do know. If you don't know cognitively right now in this lifetime, but how many lifetimes have you known this and spoken any language, So it's like you can ask to access that knowledge that is there. You don't need to have the mental card, like in a library, the mental card of, readily at hand. You can trust that there is the knowledge. And also, one thing that screws us up when we're translating is we want to be perfect. If you want to be perfect and always have the perfect word and the right word, then you go into your head and you're screwed. So recognize, okay, how much doubt, how much distrust of your infinite knowing do you have that keeps you from just be there and be the translation?
I just realized.
And everything
yes,
that doesn't allow that, times a gazillion destroy and create, please. Wrong, gonna pump all 9 shots boys and beyond.
There's so many things going on now, just right now, because I just realized how often I tried again to do translation or to do the English in the right way. So, oh wow.
Right and wrong always screws us up. That's for sure. So I used to work for a company who was testing the English of air traffic controllers and pilots. And very often the people who tried their best, but who lacked confidence and who were convinced they were not that good, but they had studied, they had done their best. And then when we had the interviews, they were like, it was really hard to understand them because they would want to do things right and have the perfect English. On the other hand, there were the people who, who didn't care about making mistakes and not having the perfect English. They just wanted to communicate, and it didn't matter to them if it was the right syntax or the right word or the right pronunciation. They just did it. And then the communication was way easier and way more fluent and way more efficient. And I observed that so many times. I was like, oh my God, this need to be perfect, I should give that up. I really should give that up, because, and if you're translating, especially for access, you can't afford to go into the head or go into doubt or go into fear. You just have to be it, and it doesn't matter if it's not the right word, because you are also in the energy of it. And one thing that is interesting that we talk about also in the more East with Languages and Communication classes is that, oh my God, I'm speaking fast and you are going to translate this into German afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, but that's just easy for me to translate into German. It's the English speaking, but
yeah, I know, but it's because I was going very fast. And now I forgot where I was going. No, I didn't. Yes. Sorry?
We are speaking a lot in the language and communication class about, and now.
Yes. The train left without me, I'm afraid. He'll have to come to the class. Oh my God. No, it'll come back if it needs to. Is there something else?
Yes, because you called it a hot seat, and I know when in the XCF classes and so on, sometimes they called or they invited people to go to the hot seat, and that's the same for me also. Oh my God, I have to talk English all the time, and maybe I can't express myself in the right way. So, and that was the same because I was so super nervous as I saw hot seat in the chat.
Yeah. So how many, again, these are, like words are associated to an energy or to an event for you, and you've attached meaning to it, and you made it a reference point for something, and you buy that. It's just, it's just a fun way to say you're going to get facilitated, and haven't you given up wanting to be perfect
yet? Yes, sometimes. I want to be perfect on the hot seat.
Yeah, so everything that is, will you destroy and create?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, purple, nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And when you are yourself, and you are right now, maybe you haven't noticed, but this whole thing, you were vulnerable and you were you, right? And so everywhere you don't acknowledge how much you are already you, and where you go to judgment, everything that is, will you destroy it and create, please?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, about, purple, nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Oh, wow. So, and this right and wrong thing is something really most of us have to work on, and it might not happen in just one day or a year or 10 years, but keep going, because it's improving. It's going to improve all the time. And the thing is that a lot of times it's the things we don't acknowledge. We don't realize how much we judge ourselves. We don't realize how much right we need to be. We don't realize all that, and that is what screws us up. Once you are aware of it, say, oh, I'm going to pay attention to when I'm judging myself. Oh, am I doing rightness here? Oh, yes, I am. Pardon that. It's really something you have to build in your way of, in your dialogue with yourselves, basically, that you can institute and say, okay, from now on, I'm not going to judge myself. I know I'm still gonna do it, but now I'm choosing to stop that. And it might take time, but once you're aware of it and you can spot it, then you will spot it more and more and more and more. And in the beginning, you will still judge you so much because you judge yourself. Like, I'm judging myself. Oh, shall I judge me for judging myself? But after a while, it's getting better and better. Say, oh, I'm judging myself. Interesting. And really give yourself a chance. If you want to change this, because it really works. It's just a matter of not giving in, not giving up, and not quit.
And I'm super grateful that I can do a voice-over translation into German, so I can re-listen everything.
Yeah,
because
it's exactly. Yeah.
I'm really blank just at the moment.
So. Good. If you're blank, it means your mind is gone. That's a good thing.
And can I say something about your class? Because I attended already one.
Sure.
I translated already one. It's 1 year ago. I don't remember, I think. And it was, I had already applied to become an access translator, but I didn't dare to translate the course or to really make the next step, because I had all the judgment not to be good enough and so on. And after your class, I don't know, it was not much time later. It was so easy to pass all the translation application to become a live approved access translator. So yes, this class already shifted so much for me and my word, and I won't imagine maybe the next time I can facilitate English classes.
Yes,
wow.
Yes, that's amazing. That's amazing. So and you're not the only one. Yeah, and congratulations. And are you having fun translating?
Absolutely. It's so much fun. It's so much ease for me.
And that's also what's interesting. How many fun stuff are we missing out just because we want to be perfect, or we doubt ourselves, or we have fear, or we have all sorts of projections and judgments around ourselves. And in actuality, if you just chose it because it's fun for you, you will have the fun.
Yeah.
So that's an invitation. More fun in your life. And also it's so you speak as a person who is translating for access consciousness, but this class has done so much for anybody. I mean, people who didn't even dreamt of one day maybe translate something, and who are translating today regularly. I mean, not calls or stuff, but they are interviewing people in English when they thought they couldn't, or they even translate them a little bit, and they don't need translation anymore for classes. That's of course not good for us, but there are always new people coming. But it's so much fun to see those people being at ease with a new language. And now we speak about English, but it could be any language. For my part, I had this point of view that I could not learn. So I grew up with 3 languages from 3 different language families, so Germanic, Slavic, and Roman. And I had this point of view that I could learn all those languages, but it would be so much hard work to learn languages that are like Chinese or Turkish or Estonian, or I don't know. And so with this class and those tools and the tools of access consciousness applied to languages and communication, because it's actually about the energy, the language of energy. And I found out that, but I want to learn Turkish. Okay, let's learn Turkish. And say, how much fun could I have? And it was fun. And I loved just pronouncing those words and listening to them. And I just did a little bit, but I really had this sense of getting more familiar with the language, having the energetic sense of it. And if I pursued it, it would go as easy as any other language. So, and Karine says, I don't have the courage to translate. Actually, I think in the language I speak and don't find the right words in the French or German, and even more so translation with them who speak so fast. Maybe start with me, Karine. Who knows? You have to start somewhere. If it's titillating you, and if you like, I would like to try, just do it. If it's fun, it's fun. If it's not, it's not. Let's talk, Karin. So, thank you so much, both of you, Diana, Sarah, and we invite you all to a 4-part teleclass around this subject, so more ease with languages and communication, starting on February 13 to 16 at 8 p.m. CET. Yeah. And, right, 13, 14, 15, yeah. Is this right? Yes, and so there will be German translation, and I'm so grateful for that. And Sarah, thank you also for your contribution to this class as a promoter. And come and play with us.
Yes.
Because we are not going to have fun.
And no more ease with language. Thank you, Katusha. It was amazing. And thank you, Sarah, to be on with me.
A little glimpse of what facilitation can be around this. Yeah. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Ciao.